3-minute opening from the chairman of PETAN, Engineer Wale. Your view on this topic, please. Thank you.
Rosario, thank you very much. I think the question has been answered. No doubt, local content has enabled a lot of business, in Nigeria. And, as Babadi said, from hundreds of companies to 13,000 companies that are registered on the NJQS, definitely a lot of businesses have been enabled due to local content. For us in PETAN, we form the bulk of the local companies that are providing upstream services. And of course, with local content, the longest pipeline that is being built in Nigeria today is being built by a PETAN member. So definitely, local content has helped Nigeria to enable businesses in the oil and gas sector. But I want to look at it from macroeconomic point of view, that most of the services that Nigerian companies are doing today were being done by multinationals up until 20 years ago. So if you look at it from macroeconomics point of view, those are values that we are retaining in country. Those are the values that would have not reside in this country if we didn't have local content. More importantly, if you look at the divestment that you're saying, by the way, PETAN will be 30 years this year. We essentially sponsor the local content law. There was no law until this law was passed in 2010, the Logic Act. Before that, PETAN has been operating, doing a lot in terms to NNPC and Shell, who enabled, local content and a number of partnerships. As you said, without local content, these divestments will not happen. In Section 3.2 of the Logic Act, it was PETAN that insisted that when there are divestments of oil and gas assets in Nigeria, Nigerian companies must be considered first. And I'm happy we have many of these companies today, to the extent that you are now having collaboration to acquire the share asset. In businesses generally around the world, there is what we call barrier of entry. If the barrier of entry is very high, it will be difficult for you to do that business. So what local content has done is to lower barrier of entries. And that's where many of us in Nigeria are now in the oil and gas space, including not just services, including, acquiring those assets. Now imagine if Shell wants to divest from Nigeria and there is no capable Nigerian companies that can come together and acquire those assets. What would have happened? Those assets would have been acquired by multinational companies. Shell, if they want to divest, will find a buyer around the world. And the same thing with ExxonMobil when they were divesting. The NCDMB Act ensures that those assets will be divested to an indigenous company. And of course, when you do that, as I said, from the macroeconomic point of view, the ExxonMobil asset that produced over 200,000 barrels of oil per day, do the math, we're talking of billions of dollars, coming into Nigerian economy. Once that deal is completed, that billions of dollars would have gone to, outside of the country. So definitely local content law has enabled business. We're moving it forward to the next stage. I like what my brother Cosmas, Mr. Cosmas said, that look, we need to collaborate. When you have businesses spread around, you will lose value. So local content has got to a point where we need to consolidate, build Nigerian brands that can work in Namibia, that can work in Mozambique, that can work anywhere. By the way, a number of PETAN companies are already in these countries. We have members of our company, PETAN members, that are providing services in Mozambique. We have our members providing services in Uganda. We even have PETAN members providing services in Kuwait, not just within Africa. So that's what local content has done. We're exporting our know-how, not just in Africa, but also outside the continent. Thank you.
Very good stuff, I must say. Nigerian content has enabled a lot. I think we rightly and agree around the table. Also, interesting mention on the longest pipeline that's been built by a local company. I'm guessing that's all said. For those who do not know, I believe that's the AAK project. I also see your comments for the shift post 20 years ago, when there was a huge focus on multinational, to where now Nigerian